And Stephanie, I have to ask you, because you worked in the Trump White House, and there's this Dominion lawsuit against Fox that's been in the news in recent days. And what it's really indicated is how the Fox host would go out there and say one thing on TV, but then say something completely different to themselves about the former president, for example, and his election lies and so on about the 2020 election. But one of the other things that I remember covering the White House is how, I mean, there was almost sort of a hand in glove, you know, sometimes Fox and the White House were on the same page with the same talking points. And it almost seemed as you would see hosts like Laura Ingraham visiting the White House. It almost seemed as though there was a pretty cozy relationship between the White House and Fox. Is that how you remember? And what do you recall from that experience?
Oh, I PTSD right now, but yes, very cozy relationship. You know, I would have Judge Janine or Sean or Tucker calling me, and if I didn't get back to them right away, they would then call the president, and then I would get a talking to for not speaking with them. I remember specifically working on a town hall that the former president did with Fox, and me having to talk directly to Suzanne Scott about making sure that it was full in there. We did work hand in hand with them, and that came at the president's direction. If he didn't like something, we were to immediately, you know, call Fox and have them fix it or try to make a news story out of it, etc.
Incredible. I mean, that is a lot of what we observed on the outside in the press. You know, you would see Hannity at a Trump rally and that kind of thing. But just what you're saying right now, Stephanie, I think is some insights that we haven't really heard before about this cozy relationship that was going on between Fox and the Trump White House. Molly and Stephanie, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, obviously, 2020 is always hindsight's always 2020. Looking back, that was completely unethical, frankly, as a comms person. But so I do apologize for that. But that is how it worked.
All right, very interesting. We'll have to table this discussion, talk about it another time. Molly and Stephanie, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.